Hey everyone, good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta jump into this. Yeah. Evening Marcus is here. Evening Marcus with Coach Tim is here. I'm glad to see everybody on tonight with the we're gonna have a little party tonight. We're gonna have a little party tonight. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, so let's go over some ground rules for these evening sessions. I know a lot of you are on the East Coast. Majority of you are in Central Time, and so this is going to be very, very quick. So this first segment, this is our first one. So this first segment is going to be looking at immediate opportunities. The second segment is going to be answering any questions that you have or anything that you want me to take a look at. I've been trading evening markets right before bed for a while now. That 8 p.m. clock hits and things start moving for some reason. So that's what tonight's going to be about. I'm going to have fun tonight. This is our first one. So let's strap in and get going here. All right. Hey, everybody, who's in the building? Tamisha's here. Dr. Ann's here. Jeremy, good evening. Paula, good evening. Kamika, good evening. Yeah. Now we're going to have fun. Mia's here. Judy's here. Everyone's in it. Let's blow up the chat. Hit share. Share with somebody. I'm excited to be on with y'all tonight. And Tisha's here. Yeah. Give that thumbs up. Like, subscribe. Yeah, that whole ordeal. You're used to it. All right, so I'm going to jump into it really fast here. It's going to be interesting. We have a setup, and I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to enlarge my screen here because I see a setup that I kind of want to take right away. Yeah. All right, let me make that large so everybody can see it. All right, so we're on Nikkei futures right now. All right, so what I'm looking at on Nikkei, and here's the thing about these evening sessions. Things are going to move pretty fast, but 8 o'clock hour Central Time is when things kind of shift a little bit. And so you have to be patient, watch it. But usually when I come in, things at that 8 o'clock hour, things are really setting up. So right now, I'll tell you what I'm paying attention to. I'm going to go to the 4 hour. And right now, Nikkei has come down really fast. It's hit a level of support or of past resistance. So we can stretch this all the way across. And we can see that past resistance there that we're retesting now at support. This trend line has produced higher highs before. Nikkei has been on a very bullish run. And so tonight we're going to take we're going to be bullish today. Right now, this candle is falling. Price is getting really cheap. And so we're going to take it. We may hit it. This may run for a little bit. It may run through the night, but that's what we're going to be interested in. It just so happens that it's rejecting off of that 4 hour 50 MA. Just so happens that the TDI is divergent. We like that. We're below the session anchor VWAP. So, that's one of the things that we really don't like, but I really do like this trade. So jumping down the time frames, and I'm moving kind of fast, so I'm gonna put my entry in here, but I want to explain it to you first. So we're going to go ahead and put an entry here at market price right now. We're going to take this right off of the trend line. We're going to take this in our Tradeovate account, right click, hit create limit order. That limit order is going to pop up, and I don't want to do it that way. Let me see. Let me do it this way. Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Michael. Brian's on. Yeah, and we're gonna do this Tuesday and Thursdays. If you like it, then we'll do it a lot more. But we really like these slow moving markets. You can catch some great moves right here. We're a little late. I wanted to take this right at 8 o'clock. but that's fine. Now remember, these are e-minis. Okay, so when we look at this on these e-minis, it's not going to have, you can't do a micro on this one. So you got to be careful with your leverage. And so we're going to go in kind of light here. We're going to put one contract on. We're going to risk $700. Oops. I don't want to put a buy limit. Put a market price. All right, so take a look at it on your own. All right, I'm currently in this. I gotta take care of some business before I continue. I forgot to do this. I wanted to hurry up and get that order in. But let's put this disclaimer up. All right, so tonight, we know that trading involves substantial risk of loss. It's not suitable for everybody. Any live streaming of trading activities that you see me do is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The content provided is not intended as financial advice and should not be construed as such. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research, consult with the qualified financial advisor before making any investment decision. Read through this. The host, which is me, of this live stream does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or reliability of any information presented and shall not be held liable for any losses incurred as a result of trading decisions made based on the content of the stream. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Viewers participate in trading activities at your own risk. And that's what we have to say about that. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so we're looking at this Nikkei trade that's going on right now. I got a few different screens up right now. And so I'm looking back and forth. And this is how slow markets work. A lot of volume doesn't come in right away. The move is going to happen. It's either going to happen to the downside or it's going to happen to the upside. We have done our analysis. It's produced a 4-hour divergence. It's produced a lower time frame divergence. And but we still have some exhaustion that we have to do on this sale. Price is going to liquidate for a little bit here. So we have to be cautious with it. So that's why I have just one contract on this. But we're going to see if this one's going to ride tonight. All right, so tell me what you think. Yeah, this isn't Beats by Zeke, but I got to get with Zeke. I got to get with them because we need some flavor for these night sessions. These night sessions, we're not going to be on here too long. We're just going to catch this one move, and then we're going to go about our day. Yeah. You're right. I was slipping with that disclaimer. Yeah, got to stay on top of that. Appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Again, we'll go through a lot of different things. I don't like to trade a lot of different things at this 8 o'clock hour. I'm usually trading Nikkei or I'm trading gold. If you look at gold is at a standstill. It's just consolidating. So I'm not really interested in gold right now. I also will look at NQ. I think that's worth the bang for the buck, but it's in consolidation right now. Not really moving. If it was on a lower end and I thought it was going to go higher, I would jump in that. But Nikkei has been selling off and it's finally hit a level of support. So we're going to see if this idea plays out. I'm risking about 1,000. I think I'm going to risk about 1,000 on this account. And we're going to see it. So do your evaluation. Again, let me run through this. What we're looking at in these slow moving markets, and it takes a while, you don't have the volume there, but we're waiting for this next candle to open up. When it opens up, we're going to hold it. This is not one of those ones where we're going to scalp it and jump out. We're going to hold it for the entire move. All right. And so with this one, it's about a 1 to 2 risk reward where we got in at. If it goes down lower, price gets cheaper, we may stack in. If it pushes up, that next candle opens up and it starts pushing up really fast, we're going to add to those positions. And I'll probably, at most, you may see me get up to 5 E-mini contracts. All right, so a lot of times that I come in here and these moves are happening, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Let me show you a couple of them that we were in as this is going. And we need this to break. We need this to break over 38.8. Once we climb on top of 38.8, we'll move our sell limit up and see how far we can ride it up. But let's take a look at some of the stuff that we've been in before. Thursday hour. This was the Thursday candle that opened up last week, and you got to stretch it just so you can see that momentum. So this was a Thursday 8 o'clock candle that opened up. It was pushing down, created that divergence, and then pushed up from there. All right, then you go back to Wednesday. Wednesday 8 o'clock candle is right in here. It was kind of messy on Wednesday, but that candle pushed up, pushed back down, and then pushed to the high. All right, so those typically happen on those runners from day to day. Some really good moves that we can catch because the market likes to move, and we're here for it. All right, so here we go. We're starting to get that push up now. We're $100 up. We need to break above 38.8. Who's in on this trade right now? On this Nikkei trade. Hey, morning, Nedra. Saying morning, evening, Nedra. It's evening. Good evening. That's right. Yeah. Dr. Ann is in. That's good. That's good. Jeremy is in. All right, you've done your analysis. You like what you see. Mia is in. Right now, what I was looking at, Tisha's in on this. Yeah, that's good. Right now, what I'm looking at, remember when we go to create the low of the day, when we do that, let me see, let me do this. Help you guys see what's going on. So when you do that, when on these 8 o'clock hours, when you go to these 8 o'clock sessions, you're going to get the movement. It's either going to happen or it's not. And this is one of those things where if you can put on, I wasn't able to stack in like I wanted to because I wanted to push lower, and then I can stack in into it, buy it a little bit cheaper. But this is the plays that we see all the time where it pushes and creates that low for liquidity. You grab that first green candle that produced that low, use that as your entry. And so price usually push past it, and then it comes down and retest it. And so that's the entry, is when you get that retest, and then price goes. And so we're gonna see if that goes now. Yeah, that 50 MA on the 4 hour and support and resistance is what we're essentially trading here. Is that 50 MA, and it's not something that you're in allowed. We'll be on the call for like a half hour, 15 minutes, a half hour. If we would have went in, if it would have had a different stop loss, or different, if price action was a little different, I may have went in heavier, more than one contract, but the way it was playing out, we didn't get in heavy on this one. So, which is fine. I still think there's an opportunity to stack into this one. So we're going to watch this play out for a little bit. As this is playing out, I'm just going to take a look to see what NAS is doing, which is not doing anything. I'm going to take a look at gold. See what gold is doing. Gold is in a range now. We really don't like these, so we're just going to watch price action on Nikkei and see what we get here. All right, now remember, we need to break above 38.8. We're getting resistance at 38.8. So when this one comes back down to retest, we need 38.8 to we need support to hold, and then we need 38.8 to break, and then climb on and use that as support. All right, so that's currently what we're waiting on right now with this. And this is night markets. This is what night markets does, and the runners really run a while. And I kind of like the price action on this, so I may if we dip down below, I may add some more entries in this, but we're going to be patient with it for right now. We're going to be patient with it because really our entry is right here, but if it runs up from here, fine, but really our entry's right here. We have to get past this 38.8 level. Let's call it 38.780. If we climb on top of that, then we could probably retest and we can start stacking in from here. All right, so now it's hitting my break even as it's starting to fall. But we're still bulls tonight. We're going to be bulls tonight. It's a 15-minute and 1 hour. Looks like it's creating a tweezer bottom. Let's take a look. Because if that's the case, you know we get heavy on tweezer bottoms. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's this was a tweezer bottom here, that really didn't go anywhere. Nedra, we're taking it all the way up. We're going all the way to the high. So we're looking to retest this breakout area. Actually, I'm not going all the way to the high, but I'm looking to retest where it broke out. So we're on this uptrend. We got the double top here. We broke and we haven't retested yet. So we're going to carry it all the way back up there and possibly further. So we got a large target. That is That is 51 ticks. 51 ticks away. See if we can catch 51 ticks tonight. All right. So here's the thing about price action that we're looking at. We definitely are going to see. Right now, I'm risking 1,600. I got one contract on. Oh, okay, so I'm risking 725. No, I'm not. I'm risking a little bit more because my actual first entry was up here. So let's see what that is. Got a bad entry on it. Yeah, so I'm risking 1,000 on this one. 1,025 on this one. Which is good. I think I think we're going to find a bottom. What we're looking at is for this to do some of the same moves that it's been doing off of this trend line, producing new highs off the trend line. What's up, Terrace? What's good? Good to see you in the chat. I hope you're enjoying the vacation in some hot weather. And looking forward to you coming back to the States next week. All right, so we're holding down to this. Is dipping a little lower. We're starting to get it to sell off a little bit. And so let's see what it does. Let's see if this support is going to hold here. You can see in the night markets, I don't have the MAs up. We looked at it before. We know we're rejecting off of a 4-hour 50 right now, right on this trend line. And so we got to see. We got to see if we're going to get the third rejection off of this level. That 4-hour 50 is just sitting right there. A little lower. 4-hour 50 sitting a little lower, and that's why we got our stop is pulled below these liquidity grabs down here. And so I don't think we're going that low, but if we do, we may add to the position. All right, so we're about 20 minutes in. Let me check this candle time. Yeah, we got 8, so we're about halfway through this 15-minute candle. So we got a little bit of time here. Nedra, you're in? Okay, good. Yeah, I kind of like this setup. It's definitely been selling off. You know, if you talk about what's working through this trade, right where we're getting this resistance, reason why I want to see 38.8 broken is because if you look at where 38.8 is, it is where we found support. And so if we keep rejecting off of that, the market could be saying that we want resistance right there. I think I'm going to stack you into this position. We're starting to get that rejection right now, and I kind of want it lower. So I think I'm going to stack you into this. A little late now, but I'm gonna put another contract on this. Just one more. So I have 2,000 at risk right now. We got our third rejection, or our second rejection off of that with the 8-hour candle. So I got 2 contracts on. At this moment, this area's showing that it's introducing buyers at this area. Buyers are starting to come in off of this liquidity area. All right, so we're about 20 minutes in, and when I get up to 3 contracts and move my stop loss to break even and take off maybe 2 once it gets up here, you know, that's a good night. That's a good night. And so hopefully that happens within the next, let's say, next 15 minutes. So we're just waiting on this one. Slow markets, slow moving markets. These are the type of markets that have longer runners. And we may just get a little cheaper here. I want to stay below these grabs here. I want to stay below all of this, but I might tighten up my stop here. If this area still continues to hold, I might tighten up my stop. My stop's kind of a ways away right now. If I tighten that up with 2 contracts, I'll be risking 900. Hey, Joy. Welcome to Night Markets. We are in the sneak high. We're really not looking at anything else. We jumped in the sneak high right away, and we're going to see if this liquidity level is going to hold right here. All right, so I'm in 2 contracts. Let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about psychology during night markets. That we're accepting the risk. My risk right now is about $1,000. Once I move my stop loss up, I'm leaving it kind of wide right now because I think it may do a squeeze. So I'm leaving it kind of wide right now. But psychology wise, we got to accept the risk. So my risk is $1,000. If it hits that 1,000, we'll keep coming back to the well. We'll keep fishing in this well. We'll look for these type of setups and for it to go. Support is holding. That's what you're seeing right now. Support is holding. We're really not moving anywhere right now in the market. And so we're just waiting. We're going to wait. We're probably going to give it about 10 more minutes to see if we get the movement up and allow us to move our stop loss to at least break even and let the rest of the trade run. And so we're going to see if we get that kind of movement here. As we're waiting on that piece, I just want to talk a little bit about the psychology of slow markets. Well, if you're trading New York session in the morning, majority of you are used to just getting in and out, the market moving. When you trade slow markets, the market still moves and there's still volume in the market. It just happens slower. So you still mark out the same zones, same support and resistance as you would, and you set larger targets and you just let the market run. You just let the trade play out, let it do its thing. And sometimes, like for the last night and the last week, very quick moves. Tonight it's moving a little slower, so you just let the trade run, let it play out. If you're comfortable with what you're risking and your risk management is fine, you can just let it run, check on it in the morning, and see what it does. Once it gets moving, it'll move. All right, so we like the sell off, that a lot of momentum, and we like this stalling that's going on right now. So we haven't been able to close below this level, which is good for us right now. So we got to see if this level holds. If it dips a little bit deeper and creates that divergence, we may look at another entry into this. All right, so yeah, it's good. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit longer. What questions do you have? How do you feel about 8 o'clock hour, trading 8 o'clock hour? Let's talk. As these trades are playing out. Yeah, I like this rejection off of this. I believe I'm going to take a little more risk on this one. Brian, to take away contracts, so we're in buy positions right now. If you want to take away a contract, you have to sell a contract. So if I wanted to take away one, I would sell one. If you want to completely get out of it, you hit the X button or sell two. So it's just taking the opposite position. Do you hold your trade overnight? Depends on price action. So it's something like this. If I like this level, this is something that I would hold overnight. If it's not going to move in the next, I'm going to give it, said about 10 more minutes. If it's not going to move, I'm just going to leave the position where it's at and let it run through the night. I like the price action. I like the level holding. So that's something that I would consider. Entry and candles. What I said about entry and candles. I know someone asked about the double bottom. And so what I was looking at is candles that prove that they can't close. Like right now, not really in this scenario, but let's just look at this. For the candles, where was it? I think it was a different time frame. Yeah, here it is. So on this 15-minute, these candles right here couldn't close. So that would be an entry to catch it to the upside, right? So whenever the candles show that they can't close, that's kind of what we're getting right now on that liquidity level, is that we haven't been able to close beneath here. And it keeps dipping down into liquidity. We don't have the push up, but this is an important level that keeps dipping down to. So that's just the way that we're reading the candles tonight. Yeah, that 15-minute. Futures. Okay, so with futures, do you get access to your profits right away with futures? Yes and no. So with futures, it's a um, prop firm that we trade with. So we're not trading directly to the broker. We're trading with the prop firm that is using Tradeovate or Rhythmic as the broker. So we're trading with that. And so we pass the challenge first. Once that challenge passes, then we get access to the funds. And the billing is usually the 15th and the 1st and the 15th is when you can ask for your payout with prop firms. And every prop firm is different. But and then as you trade more, they will reduce when you can ask for payouts. But most of the time it's every 2 weeks. Some prop firms can go down to like 7 days. Some prop firms is once you've been trading with them for a while, they'll give you payouts upon request. Say it seems more chill at this time of day. Yeah, it is more chill. We're trading the Asian session right now, and so he said maybe it may be the music. It may be the music. I gotta play some music to wake everybody up. Yeah, but it could be, or it's the Asian session. In the Asian session, it moves a little slower. Once we get closer to the London session, things pick up quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we're getting the first test of this. This is really the entry that we wanted down here. That's a very cheap entry right there. And so let me do this. Since the price is so cheap, we love a deal. All right, so one contract will add 300. It cost me $375 to add one more contract. And that's kind of where I want to be tonight, is 3 contracts on Nikkei. So we're going to add. I'm at 3 contracts now on Nikkei. We just touched the trend line, and I'm trying to gauge where the bottom is. And so it's a very cheap order at that point. If it passes here, it'll take off that order. So it's very cheap. I'm gonna leave that at 375. The rest of my orders is a little bit lower. So I got 2 orders sitting down here. That's a little bit lower. And so price will take those out once they come lower. So I'm not risking an enormous amount here. If it goes in our favor from here with 3 contracts, it'll be a good night. Kamika, I like it too. I like these. I like trading at night, and then you get community do it, and we all make money together. Yeah. Joe, you say it's more hectic in the day. Yeah, slow moving markets. It gives you time, and I like that 8 o'clock hour. Things are kind of simmered out. Asian session is just opening up. They're starting to move. London hasn't come in with all their volume, so you're not getting a lot of news events. So yeah, I like that. You can just trade the structure. Yeah, Corey, options. We don't. This group doesn't trade options. We have some people that do, but we don't trade options in the group. We just trade futures. We day trade futures, and the majority of the group we started off day trading currency in the Forex market, and then we shift to futures when the Forex market got shaken up. But good to see you here, Corey. Yeah. And so morning markets move a little bit slower than evening markets move a little bit slower than the morning markets. Well, actually a lot slower. Yeah, I like that too, Tisha. You don't have to you got to pay attention to news, but it's not a huge deal in this in these slow moving markets. Not a really big deal. All right, so we got the first liquidity grab. We'll see what this candle does. This candle, we really want this. We would be really excited if this produces the high over these candles. We really need that to close that way. So we're looking at that 15-minute candle. Yeah, the slower markets let you trade with more calmness. Yeah, it depends on the risk. I mean, it's as calm as what your risk tolerance is. If your risk is crazy, then I'm starting to move these stops up because we're getting a lot of tests. So I'm gonna start moving my stops up now. My last stop is underneath this level. I have a stop just beneath that level, and then so just controlling my risk here. All right, here we go. Starting to. Yeah, that's all this market really is structure. It's really not a lot going on. A lot of times during this hour, you'll see gold moving. I'll just look at gold really quick. Yeah, gold just is moving sideways. Let's take a look at platinum. I'm just going to cycle through a few of the metals and a few of the indices. Yeah, and none of those are moving right now. And this is crazy. You know, S&P hit the all-time highs, and it's still pushing up. So that's something that we're going to look at in the morning on our call in the morning. NASDAQ is still pushing up. Definitely going to look at those. US 30 hasn't broken the highs yet, but that's something that we're going to look at in the morning. And this one's just hanging out here. So I think this is going to be a trade that we're going to let run. And so right now, let me review where I have my stops at and how I scaled into this trade. All right, so we're trading the 4-hour 50 that's currently divergent. 4 hours currently divergent on the 50, and we've been on if I can get to it here, I'm gonna have to shrink my screen just a little bit. You don't need to see the numbers right now, just for this demonstration purposes. So we've been on this up run. We really been on an up run for a while. We sold off, and since we sold off, we've been ticking back up. So we've been structurally creating higher highs and higher lows, and then we reached a level. So we're right on that trend line, so everybody's aware of it. That's the 4-hour 50. We're divergent. We're individuals in the group, Corey, but the community is built to support one another as we trade, but we trade our individual accounts. All right, so that's the trend. We're trading off the 4-hour 50. Now I'm gonna take that off and go down to the hour. And what we're testing is these resistance levels. We're testing these resistance levels here. And if we break through here, we're looking at levels of where we can come down to. But this pullback, after this high was created, this pullback is a healthy pullback. All right, that's what we're looking for. And then continue to the upside. We're not going to catch the full move tonight, but we're going to catch some of it, at least the retest of where it broke out at. So that's what we're waiting on for this move. And just wanted to move right now. And so that's what we're looking at. I'm going to, as far as stops are concerned, just looking left, I have a few different levels. Right now, we're sitting at 38,650 as support. It's touching that trend line right now at 38,650, pushing into the lowers, and we're getting divergent. TDI doesn't look the best, but I still like the level that we're at. So the first stop loss was that cheap trade where I added the contract. That's right below where current price is. My last stop loss is way down at 38,575. That's right below the last lows that were being created. And really, I don't think you're going to have to pull that low. I think 38.6. If you're just below 38.6, I think you should be fine. And then let that trade run to the retest all the way up to, we'll say, I really like the retest of this level. So we're going to say at least to 38.8. If we climb on top of 38.8, then we're coming up to 38.9. All right. So do you suggest we join the challenges to qualify to trade futures, or can we trade them on our own as well, similar to stocks? Yeah, you can trade them on your own. I think that's what you're asking. You could trade challenges on your own. There is what a lot of individuals in a group does while they're trading is they'll paper trade. And so with this one, yeah, this account, I'm up about 7,000 on this account, but I'm gonna log out of this really quick, then I'll log back in. I just want to show this. So there's this, if you pull up, and let me show you what I just did. On TradingView, they have a bunch of brokers down here, and you have to be on a futures chart, but you just you grab it and pull it up, and you'll see all of the brokers. And this paper trading one is a simulated account, so you're not going to take any risks there. And so I would practice there until you get profitable. When you click that and you say connect, it'll give you like, yeah, here's 102,000 that I have in this one, in a practice account. So it'll give you, so now you can do exactly what we're doing. You can trade, and when you're consistently profitable there, and you can hit 6% profit with no problem, without drawing down more than let's say 3%. You know, you're not losing more than 3%. If you can do that consistently, then yeah, then you're ready for a challenge. But I wouldn't take a challenge until you're able to do that consistently. And then once you are able to do that consistently, then yeah, take a challenge. We have people on the call right now that are taking challenges because they've been paper trading consistently for a while. And so now they're ready to take the challenge. So when you're ready, and you'll know when you're ready, when you're constantly profitable and you can see the market well, then you'll know you're ready. Hopes that answers your question, Michelle Renee. All right, let me get back to, let's see what the account is doing. I think it's moving. I think we're going, this trade looks good, y'all. Where do I find the paper account again? So there's a few ways to do it, but if you're on your chart on TradingView, you can pull, see where my cursor is. I'm gonna scroll all the way down. It's where, right below where the dates are. It says 1 day, 5 day. And then you'll see Pine Editor, Strategy Tester, Trade Panel. Right above that is a bar. You grab that bar and pull it up, and you'll see paper trading be the first option. All right, so that's where you'll find that at. And then just practice there. Our training is going to be released pretty soon, and excited about that training because it'll show you exactly how we trade and how to be profitable. Pull out, you know, whatever you need out of the market on a daily basis. All right, so let me log back into my account. All right, we're gonna end this. Okay, now we're back in profit. And now we gotta climb. We gotta go up to 38,750. It said it's moving. It's moving. Yeah, I like this zone. Here we go. Got the jump. Now it's starting to jump. See if we can get a couple $1,000 before we go to bed. Yeah, so the training, so we have training right now, but it's geared towards Forex. And so now that we've morphed over and everybody's trading futures now instead of Forex, we have to update that training. So that's what we're currently doing, is updating the Forex training that we did. We're updating it so that it's relevant to futures. That should be done in a couple weeks. We're hoping by that first to second week of June to release that training. And then we're going to go heavy training. We're going to be heavy training all year. It's going to be boot camp after boot camp, getting people educated on how to trade, how to be skilled at this, and so we can build community and support one another. And like Nedra says, one trade a day keeps the job away. So yeah, I'm excited about the training. Excited about the training. All right, this one's moving in the right direction. Oh, you found it, Judy? Good. Yeah, just practice in that paper trading account until you get some consistency. And after the training, after you go through the training, it's really going to click for you. A lot of people that's on the call or that's on our morning calls that are profitable, they do that because they've been through the training, they rehearse it over and over again, and become profitable. Laughing, yeah. But this all slow markets is. It's like you don't get a lot of the volume, you don't get a lot of the volatility, but you get a lot of structure, and the structure holds. And this is an example of it, is that price is moving. We're going to make some good money on. We were able to layer in because it proved that support was going to hold. So now we're able to layer into it. And yeah, we'll just watch it as it rises, see what it does. Move this over just a little bit. This next candle is going to close. So this is going to be the telltale sign if what price is going to do here. 5-minute candle is going to open in 20 seconds. So this is where we're talking about that 38. This really, I keep saying 38.8, but there's really an intermediary level, a little bit lower. So really, if we climb on top of that, if we climb on top of these highs and break some of this support, then we'll start to climb up. So a lot of patience. I have Trade Locker and it doesn't do futures, nor have micro charts. Yeah, Trade Locker is more for Forex trading. It's more geared towards foreign exchange, currency markets, and a lot of the like futures trade is a centralized exchange. Chicago Mercantile Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, that's based in the United States. Forex trades contract for differences. So they don't trade futures contracts, they trade contract for differences, CFDs, which are illegal in the United States. And so a lot of the brokers are overseas when they trade CFDs. And so Trade Locker specializes in CFDs through overseas brokers. And because of that, there's a lot of nuances because of that. But futures based in the United States, regulated by the regulators in the United States, and a lot more trustworthy in our opinion from experience. But I do like Trade Locker. I do have accounts where I trade with Trade Locker. I still trade Forex. I have Trade Locker through a prop firm, so I like Trade Locker, and anything that allows you to place orders and enter and exit the market. All right, that candle did open up, but it's not really going anywhere. It's just chilling right now. So we're approaching that 9 o'clock hour. We're going to close this down here shortly, but everyone should be in profit right now. Who's still in this trade? No one closed out, right? Yeah. Still in. Brian, you're still in. Good. Everyone, Mia's still in. Nedra's holding. That's a big deal at Nedra's holding. I love it. Dr. Ann's still in. Jeremy's still in. All right, so everybody should be profitable right now. And that's a good place to be, is in profitability. So tell me this, on a night on slow markets, Tamisha says she just got out. That's understandable. So on slow market nights, when you do that and you don't want to hold for the night, to take $300-400 out of the market and go to sleep is not a bad day. And then if it runs up and you make a few thousand, that's not really a bad day. It's a slow market. You don't really have the lights, camera, action that we see on our morning calls with the market moving and you get that volume and price just goes where it goes and you're out. Slow markets, you got to be a little bit more patient, but you have to be able to hold it. You can't treat it like you do in the morning. You got to be able to hold these positions. And that last position I took, that was a really nice entry into that position. So if you catch something like that, you could move your stop to within profit and just call it a night and go to bed. So that's what slow markets are going to be about, pulling out a little bit at a time. A lot of times these markets will run. We're going to let this one run tonight, but that's what we're going to be doing, is Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you really like it, I'll add some more nights in here. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're just going to come into the market around at the 8 o'clock hour. We'll pull a little bit out. We'll look at gold. We'll look at Nikkei. We'll look at NAS, NQ. And those will be the only three that we'll really look at that I'm interested in. These have been consistently profitable for me night after night. So, and we trade this differently than what we do in the morning. It's just, we're just trading straight structure. Structure is going to hold. It should produce a new high or go retest. So, yeah, we're taking over the night sessions. All right, so this price action is not exciting me. I don't think it's worth staying up for. I'm probably going to take off a couple of these contracts. Still think it's going up to the high. We'll just let it run. I'm okay with the risk right here. But I will do this. I'm going to move my stops back up so it's just below the last low, and we're just going to let these run for the night. Really not interested in staying around watching it, but thanks everyone for joining Night Markets. How do you like it? Give me some feedback. How do you like Night Markets? And we're still going to be on in the morning. Still want the morning markets, but how do we like night markets? And this is interesting here with this move that's happening here. The candle really didn't show any exhaustion, so we're going to see if this last liquidity level, which was right in here, if this holds. Love it. Okay, here we go. Night session. Jeremy says night session. Nedra loves it. Everybody. Yeah. Paula, Brian. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's been a winners for me. Some nights are better than others. So some nights I'm pulling out a few thousand. Other nights I'm may hit a break even or something. I'll wake up in the morning and it's break even. But so there it's a mixed bag, but yeah, it's just an interesting market to trade. And when you learn how to trade it, whether it's morning or night, if you learn how to trade it, it just becomes more to your repertoire. From when you talk about financial freedom and the ability to trade, it just adds to that skill set. Especially if you're not seeing anything in the morning, it's nice to come in there at night and be able to make money. But all right, so we're going to shut it down. Usually the max I want to go is 9 o'clock for these nights. Majority of the nights, we're probably going to end it around 8:30. I'm going to answer questions through the night. See if anybody has any questions or want to see something or want something explained. That we'll use part of the session for that. We'll scroll through the 3 instruments that we'll trade, but majority of the nights it's going to be 20 to 30 minutes of trading. Sometimes we'll go over. At max, we'll go to 9 o'clock and then we'll all head off. So, no, good job, everybody. I'm glad to see everybody on the first night of evening markets with Coach Tim. And thanks. We'll just let this trade run. We'll be back on tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for our morning segment. I'm going to let this one run all night. We'll wake up, see where it's at. I really like the level, like the stop loss. So we'll see what happens to it throughout the night. But everyone have a great night. We'll see you in the morning.